Good morning, everybody. So today is another filming day. All right, so I'm just getting ready right now for the day. I want to show you something. I love this, and this is so great for travel. I don't know if I showed you this or not. I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But this is my favorite thing. I need to do, I've been thinking about this recently, and I think I'm just going to do it. I need to do a favorites, like a monthly favorites video, because I've had so many things that I have been really liking, and I feel like I need to do a favorite. So anyway, I ordered this, okay, off of Beauty Bay because it was actually out of stock on their actual website. So this is the Flat Lay Co. London. And I stumbled across this when I was looking for, you know, a nice quality travel makeup brush container. Let me tell you, this is the greatest travel makeup brush container because it stands up like this, so there's little slots, little elastics, okay? And I'll talk more about this when I do a favorites video, but you can see that there's little elastics that hold the brushes in, and then there's a slot right here. You could put brushes that might not fit, whatever, but it stands up like this on its own, and you can actually, you know, put this down and then easily get to your brushes like that. And it's just super cute. There's also a tiny little pocket in the front, but I love this because it also kind of compacts your brushes and it protects your brushes from the rest of your makeup. So if you have like a big makeup bag, you could throw all your makeup in there and then put your brushes also in the same bag, but it protects them and it keeps, you know, it from getting the inside of your bag dirty. So great. So anyway, where was I going with that? All right, y'all. So look at my face. I have powder all over my face right now. Let me get rid of that really quick. But you know what I realized? First of all, this is nothing beats the Huda Beauty powder. It just doesn't. Huda doesn't have this shade in a travel size, those little travel size powders. So I've been using instead, and I could put this in a container, but I've been using the Laura Mercier, which is one of the all-time greats, obviously. But I noticed that whenever I used it, like when I was traveling, my face would get so oily. So I feel like it's really good with oil control too, on top of the fact that I just think it looks great. So anyway, I'm gonna try out this palette today. I really like the colors in it and it's just really beautiful. But this is a metal palette actually. Okay, can't open this. But is this not so gorgeous? So everybody raves about these. I'm really trying to get it to, like I wanna find a good routine with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This bronzer shade. It's actually, it's gonna hold it, but whoa, that's a little dark for me. I mean, it's not too dark, but it's pretty dark for me. Whoa. Whoa. Now, I am layering it over cream bronzer, so I bet it wouldn't be feel as dark to me if I didn't do that. You know? And these, I think they kind of fade, but what I notice people doing, and I'll show it in a second, but they kind of meld everything together, and that's like the magic of these palettes. But I mean, I think that's a really pretty shade. I also have some Rare Beauty Happy blush, like cream blush on, but one second. I just want to contour my nose really quickly, and I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury powder because it's like, you know, a little bit darker. So I'm just going to contour my nose slightly. Like I said, I've been trying to kind of move away from the crazy nose contour, because I would look back at some pictures of myself and be like, oh, you look insane, girl. You truly look insane. Like, it was looking insane in person too, which I don't love that idea. So anyway, back to business here. So let's do some blush. I think I'm gonna start with this. This is, I think, called Mauve Haze. Yeah. So let's try. Yeah, I think I'm only gonna use this. The other one's really peachy, and this looks peachy to me. I don't know why. Thought it'd be a little bit darker, but it's pretty. But maybe I just have like leftover. I don't know if I have leftover blush on here. or something, but anyway. All right, and then let's finish it off with some highlighter. So I'm gonna take this strobe powder. I don't know what this is called. Sunlit Strobe Light. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. Yeah, it's a pretty shade. Really pretty. Nice sort of golden, but still, like, I have obviously a very light complexion, so it's still, it's not, well, I don't know. Is it kind of giving a cast? I don't know. I think it looks pretty. All right, so this is like the real part that everybody talks about. This is like the exciting part. So people take, these two are here are finishing powders right here. So I kind of wish that they were like right next to each other, but you kind of just go over and you finish your whole face. So I haven't set my face at all, and you just sort of meld everything together. Now, some criticisms that I see about these palettes, because usually they have two finishing powders, as you can see in here, right? Well, people don't like that. They're like, that's room that you could put something else, you know, whatever. But for me, I feel like actually it's a good thing, because that's what you use the most of, you know? And that's what you're gonna pan first, most likely. So, just gonna go ahead and finish my whole face. I mean, it looks really, really perfect. You know what I probably could do a little bit of, and I am going to do? I'm gonna do a little bit of bronzer under here. I think that's a really pretty palette. So let me zoom you in a little bit more. So yeah, I think that looks really pretty. Sorry, the lighting's horrible, like I said. I think that looks nice, don't you? I feel like it's a really pretty glow. And I don't feel like anything looks like nothing. It looks really healthy, which you gotta love, am I right? You gotta love that. I'm going to finish my makeup off. I'll be back, but I just wanted to demo some of that. Makeup is done. And honestly, I feel like the Hourglass palette really is pretty good. And it's a really good all-in-one face palette, actually. I mean, it's got like powder, it's got finishing powder, it's got bronzer, blush, and highlight that all work for fair skin, I think. So I gotta go film right now, and I have a deck person coming later. So I gotta get it done quick. Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna be trying to make the jackfruit pot roast. I've tried a recipe yesterday and it was horrible. Like, it was actually genuinely horrible. It came out so bad. So I'm gonna switch things up a little bit, but I'm gonna start making it now because it takes a really long time. So, unfortunately, I have to watch a video. So let me open that. But I did end up finding some jackfruit. So I have this. It's from Meyer. So it's young green jackfruit, and it's in a brine. So I'm just going to strain this right now, and I'm gonna press out some of the water. So I had to run to the store today and grab a couple extra things that of course I did not have. So I ended up grabbing this. So Better Than Bouillon. I got some steak sauce. This is like A1 basically, from Aldi. So I got that. I have vegan Worcestershire, which is, you need that because otherwise it has anchovies, I'm pretty sure. And then I also did grab some wine, okay? And I regret to inform you that I did not get carded when I went to Aldi, but I just bought like the cheapest one. So I bought a Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing. Honestly, I don't ever have any alcohol now, so. But this recipe actually doesn't call for wine, but what I didn't like yesterday when I made mine was it wasn't dark enough. So anyway, let's start by straining this out and doing all that. So I'm going to really just kind of slowly make this. and take my time with it because I don't want to mess anything up, and it's kind of like it's kind of, you know, it's like a slow cook recipe. So I have the time, you know. This is supposed to be really good. Everyone's saying that it's really, really good. It tastes really good. So this is what it looks like. I'm also going to cut it as well. It's almost kind of like tofu where you want to get the juice out. And then, like I said, I'm going to cut these into just smaller, more bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna have to do more chopping, but I need this one right now. I can do the rest while I prep the other ingredients. I'm putting swimming goggles on, by the way. The recipe says to add in some vegan butter. I have it on medium heat. I'm just using some country crock, about 2 tablespoons. So add that. Oh my god. All right. I'm also preheating the oven. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add my onion. I've just put some vegan butter in here, about 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to add some onion to the mix. And I kind of did mine a little bit more fine. I don't know if you can kind of tell. Like, I kind of almost like julienne them because I just prefer that, like when you're eating it. I don't want a big chunk of onion, you know? All right, so I'm gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna add in the garlic and then cook that for about a minute, and then I'll throw the jackfruit in. This is like kind of going a little quicker than I thought, so now I need to add in some A1 sauce. She says like 1/3 cup. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Then she does 1.5 tablespoons of better than bouillon. Eyeball that as well. This is the vegetable base. So she just like adds it directly into here. And then she adds the Worcestershire, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. Okay, so gonna be a lot of flavor.
Now I'm gonna add in a can of jackfruit.
Okay, so now she adds this one. And then she adds the seasoning, which I just measured out. Okay, so this is going fast. And I'm watching a video, it's like not in written form, so I'm like, oh crap. Okay, so let me mix this all together. It's giving it some good color too, which is what I did not achieve yesterday. Got that all mixed. Let's see what's in.
And I'll stir it up.
Adding in cornstarch and water.
Mix this up and let it simmer.
Okay, so then this is where I'm going to change things up. So technically she's only doing water with cornstarch, so I'm going to put some of that in. Okay. But this is where I'm going to add in, I'm going to do a cup of red wine. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to everybody, but I want to just try to get the, like a darker, you know, thing going on here. Let me turn this up a little bit. All right, let's see what she does.
For about 30 minutes.
And then she says let it simmer for 30 minutes. So I gotta bring it up to a simmer. I just did like a little bit of a cornstarch slurry, just with like about a tablespoon more. Just to thicken it. Okay, so we need to bring this up to a simmer. And then we'll do it for 30 minutes. And then meanwhile, I'm gonna prep the rest of the stuff. Okay, so for the next part, that's bubbling, simmering away. So this next part, I need to talk to you about. So every recipe that I've looked up recently, they're using something kind of like this, like a casserole dish that's lidded. So yesterday I just did like an open sort of casserole thing, and I feel like if I change it up, maybe it'll be better. So I'm gonna be using this. You guys, my thrifted stuff, like my thrifted cookware has really been one of my greatest things that I've done. So, oh my god, that's smelling so good. It smells like super flavorful. so I am just going to cut up some of the vegetables now. Okay, so I'm going to, this one calls for celery. So I'm gonna do a little bit of celery. I love celery, so. And these are already washed and pre-cut and stuff, so. I'm just gonna cut a little bit, like into small, sort of bite-sized pieces. Okay, so we'll put those, I'll put it right here so you can see. That might be a little bit too much, actually. All right, then let's do some potatoes. I got kind of a blended thing going on here. Most people just kind of go like that in half, so most of the recipes I've seen anyway. You know what, I'm just gonna take a couple of these out just in case. Like I said, I don't really need all of them, but I'm gonna try to put a decent amount in there. But I also need to do some carrots. And then carrots. So usually people will just buy like the baby carrots, but I was at the store and like I said, I've been looking up several different recipes, vegan and non-vegan versions, and I don't know, I just kind of want to try something here. I just want to do like kind of smaller pieces. Okay, so just set those aside. Wow, that is really bubbling away. Hold on. Oh my god, that smells so good. All right, so this is kind of my thought process here. Cut that off. I was just gonna do kind of like thicker carrots like this. And then as they get smaller, maybe I'll do a little bit thicker. I just kind of wanted this shape more, so I might actually only need to use one carrot. Jarvis is not a huge carrot lover, so I'm not going to do too many. But I feel like this is a good amount of vegetables. Actually, don't need these. Okay, cool. Well, I can save this. I can save all this. Different soup recipes and just junk like that, but I just wanted to prepare the vegetables. So I'm gonna have this and then just pour it over. But yes, very exciting. All right guys, so ready to transfer this over. So this is like, hold on, let me grab one of these because I don't have the strength, but this is what the mixture looks like. So it's come together pretty well. Like if I move it, it's pretty much like, it's more like a sauce at this point, or like a gravy, but it smells so good. So I'm gonna pour it over, ready? Okay, so I'm gonna try to push it just to the outsides. All right, that's done. Put it right here. All right, and then I'm gonna put the lid on there, but there it is. Putting this on there, and then I'm gonna put it in. So it takes about an hour and 30 minutes at 350, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check this video one more time. And then I also have some cornbread muffins in for about 15 minutes, so.
Now I'm gonna put this in the oven.
This recipe also has mushrooms. I don't like the mushrooms.
For 1.5 hours.
It's a long time, guys. Set timer 1 hour and 25 minutes. All right, guys, well, the pot roast is ready. So I did end up taking the lid off for the last 5 to 10 minutes, just because I really wanted it to get that deep color and kind of get some more like charred texture, you know. But it looks really good and it smells really good. Boo! Pot roast, boo! Oh my god, whoa! Oh my god, this is so good. Holy crap. This isn't like literally looks insane. Wait, let me. We gotta do it. Oh my god, this is look insane. I also made some sides. But holy crap, does that look good. Let me zoom you in even more. It's like bubbling. Jarvis is doing the outside right now, but it's bubbling. It literally looks like pork. This looks like pot roast. It smells so good. So I'm gonna let that cool down for a little bit, but it's like, does this not look like the real thing? I mean, let's be all real here. I gotta take some pictures of this, but I am so excited. So I also made some other sides. So I ended up making some mashed potatoes, which are a little bit, I put a little bit more milk and butter in than I did according to the recipe, but it just, I think I just didn't have enough potatoes or something, I don't know. But then I also made some gorgeous cornbread muffins. Okay, so I made 6 cornbread muffins, and then I also just did some asparagus, some roasted asparagus. So this is like the spread of a lifetime right here. I gotta take some pics. This would be really pretty with like a sprig of, this looks like pot roast. Are you kidding me? Wow, wow, wow. And I did have a little taste, and it's kind of like sticky, you know, which is nice. But kind of stewy also. But I did have a little taste of this. It's pretty spicy, so I would say if you follow this recipe, I would maybe do about half, literally, of the crushed red pepper, because you just might not like it and it's just not worth it to. Luckily we do like spice, but otherwise I would say skip it, honey, skip it. But I did do a taste test of this. It's so freaking hot. It's like literally molten lava, but it's really flavorful and really good. Yum. Well, I'm gonna do a taste test later, but I'll show you my full plate. All right, here we go. Oh, now that's a plate. There it is, folks. I'm gonna do a taste test. It's falling right off. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Let me try it with some mashed potato.